All right, welcome back to the Vechain family. Appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart for showing tremendous amount of love. But without further ado, let's understand what's happening with Vechain currently, and of course, what we could be anticipating going into Tuesday morning. So, if we're looking across the board right now, I'm sure you guys don't need any introduction. Monday did start off on a little bit of a negative note. We actually originally started off on a really positive note, but we saw a complete fake out. Market manipulation again, very much needed to see a little bit of a shakeup before we obviously head towards the upside. But that shakeout for Bitcoin did have an impact on the altcoins, and of course, if you're looking at Vechain, down about 6.4%. But just a quick reminder, on the weekly time from up 24.9%, and of course on the monthly almost up 100%. But before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So the price is hovering above 4 cents, which is really nice to see, down 6% as mentioned in USD. Also about 1.2% in Bitcoin. Comparative market cap is at about $3.3 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about 164.7 million. And I actually have been kind of keeping track of the conversation the community has been having on Twitter. And whenever Vechain gets brought up, one thing a lot of people talk about is the trading volume. And of course, that is not as high as a lot of people would like, but that tells you something. That tells you something really, really important. And as you guys know, I keep it 100% unbiased on this channel. And what that tells me is that, retail interest is not high for Vechain right now. And I know that might be hard, pill to swallow for some people, but it is the reality, and we need to accept that fact. And I'm sure most of the people in the Vechain community accept that fact. But that does not mean it can't change. That does not mean things can't change. But with that said, let's take a look at what's happening with the price. Of course, if you're looking at the dominance index is actually sitting below 60%, which is really interesting to see. And you actually want to be happy at this fact, because if the dominance was, shooting up, usually when Bitcoin sees a 6 to 7% drop, what we have seen over the course of the last 2 to 3 months, to be specific, is that dominance tends to go up. It continues to go up. And what you're looking at right now is dominance actually did not budge. So this is a really good thing for altcoins, because let's say dominance made its way back up to the likes of 60%. Guess what would have happened to the altcoins? Altcoins would have dropped much more to what we have seen right now. So again, in a way, it is positive, and you need to kind of be happy about dominance not picking up. But looking at Bitcoin, as you guys continue, Bitcoin tells you everything you need to know. Here, actually, let's go on the hourly time frame. Let me give it a refresh live. It's getting stuck here. There we are. Okay, so if you're looking at Bitcoin, you can clearly see, if you kind of under some technical analysis, I did mention this in some of my other updates, a Bart Simpson pattern really playing out, which kind of had a little bit of an impact on the broader market, some fear, and I think whales took advantage of this specific move. So you could really see the psychology of this move. So here, forget about this. Here, let me just quickly give you, so forget about this, just focus on that. A clear BART pattern was already forming in the chart. And obviously, when that happens, this kind of triggers a bearish trajectory. People anticipate that, price will drop, because that is what a BART pattern is. It's bearish. And you did see the price of Bitcoin starting to make its way down towards the, obviously, downside. And this is where, probably long started piling up. And boom, there you have it. Whales came. Price went up to the likes of $99,000. So let's kind of go back to this track. What happened to these people that were, obviously feeling confident the price is about to drop now? What do you think happened? They got wiped out. And the people that started longing after the price of Bitcoin fell down to the likes of $92,000, wiped out. So again, a continuous reminder why you don't want to be doing leverage trading, a perfect example of that. But I did mention this in my XRP update as well. We cannot forget what Bitcoin has been able to achieve over the course of the last 2.5 weeks. It's absolutely astonishing. And even if Bitcoin were to drop down to $90,000, that is still okay. It's part of the game. We need this retracement before we start heading more towards the upside. But if you're looking at Vechain, I'm really impressed the way it's holding. I'm honestly really impressed the way it's holding. Of course, we know it went up to that 4.8 cents, and now it's being supported by the significant support that obviously dates back to the 2021 level. So we have significant amount of support around this range, especially around the likes of the 3.8 cents mark. Obviously, if that support were not to hold, we could possibly fall down to the likes of the 3.44 cents support, which was a major resistance for the price of Vechain. Again, if you want to put this into perspective, a 15.65% move, which honestly could still be a reality reality if we don't hold around these levels where we currently are. So we need to be mentally prepared for a potential move down to these levels. But I'm really impressed the way Vechain is currently holding, and it kind of goes back to what I said earlier. You want to be kind of thankful that Bitcoin dominance did not budge, because if Bitcoin dominance went up, you best believe that the altcoin market, including our good old friend Vechain, would have seen the likes of these 3.4 cents price points really come to a reality, in my opinion, much faster than a lot of people anticipate. But yeah, my eyes are still on this 5.5 cents resistance. I think once you pop out of there, this is where you do see more interest from retail specifically kicking in for Vechain. Until then, remember, I talk about the confirmation constantly on my channel, and that is a confirmation that I'm sure a lot of people have under their radar. So I would not be surprised if more and more people start focusing on Vechain's price once we actually enter into 78.6. But as of now, obviously focus on the short term. Let's see what happens. Keep a close eye on Bitcoin, and let me know down below what you guys think. What are your personal predictions regarding Vechain? What excites you the most about Vechain? And I appreciate the Vechain community from day one. Love each and every one of you guys. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the tremendous support you guys have shown me. We'll see you tomorrow. It's been Crypto ZX, and peace out.